So hi everyone, I believe we still have 2 minutes while waiting for the others. Thank you, Dilamas. Hi Mizra, how are you? How's things in Kota Kinabalu? We still have 1 minute before I'll start the session. Oh, great to hear that. I believe the businesses in Kota Kinabalu will be opening soon, or is already open. Alhamdulillah. Um, all right. Right. I think we shall start now. Um, Let me first introduce myself. My name is Azlan. I was a student in Germany, so I studied mechanical engineering at the University of Applied Science, Reutlingen. Uh, Mechanical engineering, or in German they call it Maschinenbau. So as part of um, the the small contributions that we, or on behalf of our alumni, that I can do is to just share with you guys what Germany has to offer for study. So uh, so just a bit of background how I landed in Germany. After my SPM back in 1999, I applied a JPA scholarship, because I think during that time there were only a few private students, so mainly the sponsored students will go to Germany. Uh, the best part of it is that Germany wasn't my first choice. So to apply for JPA scholarship, you have to choose 3 countries. So my first country or chosen country was Japan. and then the second one was Australia. So basically, I was looking for countries around this area. I mean, it's either in Asia, or the next one would be Australia. But I had to choose the final one, which I didn't know which one should I choose, so I just picked Germany. So, and Alhamdulillah, the JPA, or the government, offered me a scholarship to Germany, and for I'm not sure what was the reason. I think because it was I mean, it goes back to the costing part, where Germany is actually offering the German the education for free. So after I got the offer, so it was it was null or zero German language knowledge that I have gained. But during that time, I love to watch Formula One, where that was a peak season for Michael Schumacher. I always like to hear what he has to say in his mother tongue, which at the end of the race, because he always won the race, so he will talk a bit in German. So when I got the offer, I did my A levels for 2 years at PPP during that time, and now I become a private institution and call it Intech. So I learned my language, and then I completed my A levels there before I flew to Germany in 2003. So I joined the summer semester 2003, which started in March. So after all the preparation has been done and everything, when I flew to Germany, so the first thing that I had in mind on the expectation, what I have to have, or what the Germans are expecting from me, was basically, in German we said, wir haben keine Ahnung. Also we basically, although I acquire some levels of German proficiency, but when I arrived, it was a shock for me actually, and most of my friends. We were altogether 60 who went to Baden-Württemberg, which is the southern part of Germany, near to Constance, or it's about 3 hours from Switzerland. So when we were first arrived, everything was okay. Arrive at the airport. We can understand the signage, and when we hear people talking, we could still understand, although it was fast. I mean, we could catch some words, but we couldn't understand the whole things. Although we have acquired the language proficiency previously in Malaysia. So then from Frankfurt we went to Reutlingen. To Reutlingen itself, there were 6 of us. That is where it was a shock, or it was like a lightning strike my brain or my heart, where I couldn't understand a word. So it's because the southern part of Germany, they actually talk or speak in their own dialect. They call it Schwäbisch. It was a harsh landing actually for us. in the sense that we have first to cope with the language, and then um, uh, we have to understand what the lecturer has to say or explain in the class. So to be frank, please don't do this to the to those who wants to further their study in Germany. I didn't went to the class for one semester or 1 year actually. The reason is simply because I couldn't understand what the lecturing is saying, and I stayed together with friends. I mean, Malaysian friends, and we actually helping each other in the sense that if let's say he went to the class, he will bring back the notes, and we will study together, and um, and and we will find the words using dictionary and everything. So that is how we help each other. So yes, we had a harsh landing, where the transition was from English fully in A levels, and then we went to the first year of degree program. Previously, they don't offer degree, but they offer diploma, which is equivalent to master degree. So we went straight from the British system to the German system. So it was a harsh landing for us. Before I continue, if let's say you have any question, please feel free to write it down in the chat room so that I can answer accordingly. So during this first year, after the first year, the contact or the engagement with the German or local people over there was very little. Basically, there were 6 of us, and we were helping each other. If they are grouping exercises or tasks or assignment, we will do it together. So at the end of the day, what we produce is actually what we think is right. We face some problem in the sense that when it comes to presentation and with our German language proficiency, although we have the paper to say that we are qualified to study in Germany, but it wasn't that, or it wasn't sufficient for us to really talk or do presentation, right? So after the 1 year, I decided to move out and stay with the Germans. This is where a turning point where I had experienced a lot or learned a lot about not only the culture but their system, um, about their education, about their taxation for students, for example, when we do part time and everything, as well as the main point is that I could actually gain the knowledge or skill for the German language. All right, so I stayed with the Germans. Only then I see that, or I saw that, okay, the Germans, they are not like us. So basically, the whole education system in Germany is different from what we have in Malaysia. So during this time, when I, because I stay with some of my fellow friends. I mean, they study at the FA, University of Applied Science Reutlingen, but they are Germans. So when I talk to them, the first thing that they question me why I studied, at, it was, I was 24 years old at that time, at 21st years old. So why didn't I do something else instead? Instead of just jump from SPM and then doing A levels, or in German they call it Abitur, and then straight away to do my diploma. So they were quite surprised that at that age, I could thank you everyone. Hi Norafiani, hi Prakash. um, I would say just to respond to Mr. Prakash questions. Uh, in Germany, after they complete their school, so normally it's either they go for Ausbildung. Okay, Ausbildung is a vocational program where they learn or they gain their knowledge and hands-on experience in the industry before they start with uh, with uh, with their degree or diploma that during that time. So their academic pathway is a bit different, where they will stop after school normally. I'm not saying all are doing like that, but I would say almost 50 or 60% will stop first, and they will go for Ausbildung. Ausbildung is a German technical German vocational training, where during this year they will be attached with one company, and then they will go, and as well as a vocational college. So, for example, in a week they will go for 3 days to the industry or company that they are attaching with, and then 2 days they will go to the college. So at the end of this, they could after the 3 years they could choose whether they want to continue the job, continue working, or they can go back to their academic pathway. So by doing that, they have actually established first the 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 contact within the company, which could secure their job placement. So at the end of the day, no matter how high or what you study or what level you want to complete your studies, either master or bachelor or even PhD, at the end of the day, you want to use this as a leverage to work. So if you don't have, I think that is the main issue that we have, or the difference on how we are doing things here in Malaysia and in Germany. This program, hi Suzi Lahanawati Ramli from UAE. Hi everyone. So that is actually how the Germans, instead of going directly to the academic pathway, they will go first to the vocational training, gain their experience and and knowledge, first hand knowledge, and of course up to date, because that is what the company is doing. So and only then they will jump back to the education. So when they academic, so when they jump back to the academic pathway, although they started a bit late, but at the end of the day, because of their technical knowledge, I mean, particularly in mechanical engineering, you need to know, about how to create calculate a screw, how to create the flow of the force, these kind of things. They actually already gain the experience. So the subjects that they did during their study is basically just a repetition. Okay, so that is where most of them, they completed their diploma on time. So we in Malaysia, we focus more on the academic one, academic pathway, where after SPM you have to do foundation, and after that you do degree without any attachment with the company. We in bahasa we will say, kita macam shot sendiri tau. So at the end of the day, sometimes you learn about things for the past. The material is the materials from the 20 years ago, and then you try to implement the knowledge that you gain in your working. So this kind of thing is actually lacking in our system. Of course, our system is moving towards that system where more university will engage more with the industry, but at the end of the day, um, we need to know how much or how can the students gain their knowledge from the industry in the during their studies. So when I studied there, those my friends who already completed their Ausbildung, of course they came to the university, with they started with 26, 27, or I even have a students or a colleagues who already 30 plus, and then she brought her child to the university for one particular subject, because no one because she had no one to look after the children. So this kind of thing is actually normal to the German. So they don't really ask, oh, how old are you, why you start your study late. So it is not, their culture is like that. For us, if let's say now I'm 26, say, oh, I just started my degree. So people look, what you have done, for the past few years. Why didn't you went to university after your school? So this kind of thing is a social norm in Germany. So when I look at that, and then because of my language skill, which has developed, and then I'm not saying that I'm a master in that language, but I have gained certain level of proficiency where I could engage with them, and then at the end, uh, they they wanted me to join their group for a project. So the project was actually being assigned by Siemens Medical. So this is how we could see that the company or the entity, the Siemens, I would say, maybe among 500 Fortune company, they will attach with a university, and they give the real task to the university students to solve it. So we had 6 months time to settle the, or to solve the problem. um, Alhamdulillah, our group, and I'm the only Malaysian inside the group, we managed to solve the problem, which supposed to be solved by the engineers at Siemens Medical, but they couldn't solve it, and then they gave the task to us, and then we managed to solve that um, uh, that problem. And at the end, Siemens Medical, they bought over the project from us. Okay, so the patent, they bought over the patent from us. So what I'm trying to say is that the education system in Germany, it's actually, it gave it gives you some sort of trust or confidence in the new breed, instead of just focusing on those who are working. And sometimes they are, I don't know, maybe they are lack of, they out of new ideas or innovation. So the big company trusted six of or there were, I think, there were four groups, 4 times 6 24 of us, to try to solve the problem. uh, there were two problems actually, and one of the problem managed to solve, being solved by our group, or yeah. So looking at the whole scenario, when we did the discussion about the problem, all the info that we get actually from those who already completed their Ausbildung and came to the university and did their diploma. So that actually fascinate me to know how the system, the Ausbildung system works actually. So when they complete their studies at 18 years old, normally the Germans, most of the youngsters, they will go out and stay alone. Okay, uh, they won't stay with the parents. So this is actually just their culture. So they, after 18 years old, the parents will kick them out so that they will survive and find their own pathway. So when they have to do this, so the first thing that they have to know is, they have to earn some money to sustain. And then second, to secure is either placement at the university if they want to continue with their study, or they have to secure a job. So earning money you can do part time. It's not a structured program. So because of this, I mean, I'm talking about the majority of the German, the if we have it here, we have maybe the B40 or M40 bracket students. So because of these two, what they have to do is they have to find a place under the Ausbildung program. First, because during the Ausbildung, they will earn money to sustain their life, right? That is the beauty of this program actually. So when they earn, because they have to work 3 days in a week during the 3 years or 3.5, it depends on which course you want to take. Hi, Dr. Hussein from Kiara College. Mr. Prakash, Germany is, I mean, the school in Germany still closed, and until the 12th of May, and there's a rumor saying that the German government will open up, will extend their lockdown until 31st of May, but it's still not confirmed yet. But the school, the learning or the school semester are running as usual. Everyone is learning from home, right? Even we have one student who are doing their Ausbildung. She because she cannot fly to Germany, so she has to learn the theoretical part from Malaysia. So they are everything's run. I mean, of course, they are, not to say obstacle. There's a rules that they have to follow, but everything's in German, or the businesses, they runs as usual. Hopefully that answer your question, Mr. Prakash. Yes. So, Mr. Shamil, if let's say you want to pursue your academic pathway, like I told you, there are two pathways. One is the Ausbildung program, and the other one is the academic. If let's say you want to skip A levels, of course you can do the foundation program in Germany, which our institution offer. It's a 10 months program. I think one of my colleagues will talk about it, or will contact you personally. So all right. Where was that? So when they have to do these two things, to get two things running at the same time, so that's why I would say around 70 or 80% of the German youngsters, they will go to the Ausbildung program, because they want to sustain their life and they need to gain their knowledge before they do their degree. Now Germany is offering degree, so degree, or they can secure because of this program, so they can secure actually their job placement after they complete the 3 years. Halo Afiq Mustaqim. Halo aus Malaysia, wie geht es dir? So Afiq Mustaqim is one of our student. To answer to your question, Mr. Shamil, Afiq is currently doing the 10-month foundation program in Germany. So what I'm trying to say is Germany has, has a lot of ways or a lot of opportunity that they have to offer to us as a foreigner. And Ausbildung is also a new program in Malaysia actually, but those from Indonesia or from Vietnam, they've been going to Germany for the past 3-4 years for Ausbildung program. So these are one of the things that I believe could benefit our youngsters, because nowadays mainly our youngsters are focusing on what they want to do, okay, but they never ask what the market or the industry wants from them. So you I was a student and I was a lecturer. So when I put my feet in both shoes, so I could say, okay, as a student previously before I went to Germany, I want to be a mechanical engineering. By hook or by crook, I want to be mechanical engineering. I have to finish it. But when I started, I knew nothing about mechanical engineering. Some student who I have consulted, they for study, they came to me and told me that they want to do, for example, chemical engineering, automotive engineering, and then I asked them why they actually like or why they want to do mechanical engineer automotive or automotive or chemical engineering. So the answer is normally simple, because I want to work for Petronas. I want to work for automotive company. So but they don't actually realize that, for example, me myself, I did mechanical engineering. So this is where or what Germany has to offer actually. So although I'm in a mechanical engineering, but I did my practical, because we had to do 1 year practical at the industry during my study. I did my practical in the automotive industry, right? So it's a mechanical, but mechanical can be applied in so many industries. So based on my experience consulting student here, what they think is, okay, because I like car, I want to do automotive engineering. Of course there's a automotive engineering in Germany, but when you learn mechanical engineering, you will learn the basic or the general part of engineering, and this knowledge that you gain can be applied to all industries. And like I said, I did my practical 1 year during my study, and even I did my my Diplomarbeit, my thesis for 6 months. So altogether I was 1 year and a half in the industry during my study. I did my thesis at the it's not a car manufacturing, but a supplier to Mercedes or to Ferrari, the bearing. So when I applied my knowledge in this automotive industry, I've learned that although you are trainees, or you just you are writing your thesis, but they trust you and they will help to develop you actually. So for example, during my thesis semester, when I writing my thesis for 6 months, I was given a project, and the project cost in total 50,000 euros. So that was a budget given to me to solve a problem. So although I'm not qualified to work as an engineer yet, but they already entrusted me to do such things. So in a way, they actually give, or elevate your confidence level, in the sense that, okay, this would be my real task after I completed my study. So if I do this well, if I can complete this well, and the project is being accepted, um, they I could be hired by the company. So that is where, what I'm trying to say is, the linkage between the industry is different from what we are having in Malaysia. So the linkage between the industry in Germany is just like, a marriage couple. So, or marriage couple, sometimes you can go a separate way, but they are interconnected. Macam kalau bahasa Melayu tu orang cakap apa, macam isi dan kuku. So Miss Suzy, Madam Suzy Lahanawati, how to enroll A level in Germany? What is the requirement? My son is taking IGCSE next year. By the way, we are Malaysian living. Alright. So for IGCSE, you have, there's no A levels in Germany. So they only offer their foundation program. So after IGCSE, if you want to do A levels, you can do, in UAE, or you can do the A levels in Malaysia. But if you want to do the foundation, you can go to Germany and do that. So like I said just now, the foundation program in Germany is about 10 months only. So Chua, hi Chua, how are you? You get as dear, also one of our student. Ja, ich komme bald wieder nach Deutschland. Okay. So for Samantha, yeah, Miss Samantha, Madam Samantha, yeah. Before I answer, let me finish my presentation first. So this kind of things that actually develop or prepare a student, really prepare a student to face the real world. Even during my study, I had to take, I think 2 or 3 subjects. One of the subject is time management. Although it's it's an elective subject, but we have to pass it. So because Germany, they are really concerned about their timing. So for the Germans, 10 minutes early is considered late. That is basically their culture. So even that, they really prepare you, just not only for the job market, but you as a person, as an individual, on how to face the real world. So you have to be punctual, your presentation skills. We had that as well. And just to share with you guys, during my project where the Siemens Medical bought our the patent from us, I did a presentation in German. So there were 6 of us Malaysian, that like I told you in the beginning, but I'm the only one who did the presentation in German, where the rest they did the presentation in English. It was shock to me, although during that time my language was quite okay, but there was no question from after the presentation. There was no question from the lecturers and the manager from Siemens Medical. So after the presentation, I asked them question. Do you have a question? They said no. And then you guys know what? After the session completed, I was told by them that I got 19 out of 20 for the presentation. So having said that, they actually value or appreciate your effort to present everything, to present it in their language. So this goes to my next my next point, where although being a German, being a foreigner, uh, doesn't give you any, they won't treat you as a second class citizen, going there just to get a free education. They they welcome actually those foreigner, because Germany is an aging society. All right, we have to understand that. So there are not many youngsters compared to, all um, all folks, the society. So they welcome all this young talent to go to Germany, being trained by them, and at the end, they would love to have you to work and contribute back to the country, because the system is like, because the parents of the students, they all pay tax. Yes, in Germany the tax is quite high. It's about 42% for, if not mistaken, that was my last figure that I had, for, for single, so working, so you have to pay 42% of tax. But at the end of the day, your children will get, for example, free education. Even if you have a kid, in Germany, they will give you a kindergelt. If you don't have jobs or you've been retrenched, you can ask for help from government, hard sphere, because Germany, you have to understand, is a socialist country. So they will do as much as they can to help the the people. So when we go there as a foreigner, of course we didn't pay any tax. We just go there and go for, just take advantage of the free education. But at the end of the day, after they train you, because they want to retain you and you start to contribute to the country, so they even give you a visa, which allows you to find a job for a year. All right, that policy alone shows that, they are not like other countries where you have to, you go there, study, and then you have to come back and apply job from Malaysia. If you get the job in the country, then you will get the, new visa. But no, it's Germany, they really welcome the the foreign students to contribute back to their country. So that is one of the reason why after I completed my study, I came back to Malaysia. I registered with GPA. No, sorry, I registered with SPA, saying that I already completed. But during that time, I also get offer from Germany. So I went back to Germany and served there for 2 years, right? So during my working period also, there was no like, I'm a foreigner, they treat me differently. No, it's just like they will appreciate you if you have something. In German say, im Kopf, when you know what you are talking about. It's not like, some kalau dekat Malaysia ni, sometimes based on my personal experience, ada yang goreng je lebih kan, tapi tak ada apa pun dalam tu kan, kosong. But Germany, they really appreciate, regardless of you are being, foreigner ke, datang daripada Malaysia ke, Vietnam ke, Thailand ke, Indonesia ke, they will appreciate you if you have the knowledge, you have the experience. So I never been discriminated throughout I was in Germany for 8 years actually. There was no racism. Everything was okay during my time. And now also I'm following closely with what is happening in Germany. I think everything is okay. And during my job period also, it's just like their culture. In the meeting, you can argue with your superior or your boss, your manager. They will appreciate it. Okay, not, sometimes in Asian countries particularly, it's something that, not to say taboo, but somehow we tend to respect our superior and not to talk openly in a meeting. But we did that, we argue, we quarrel, but at the end of the day, after the meeting, we go out, we go for coffee, it's just a normal working days. So what I'm trying to say is all these things, experience that I have gained, not only the hard skill but the soft skill that I have gained in Germany, has made me the person who I am today. So I'm not, if some of my students, I think they know uh, how, I mean, my character. Hi, ja, ich komme bald zurück nach Deutschland. Um, yeah, JMI also has the same program, A level program like Intech. So I did my A levels at Intech. I mean, now they call it Intech, and JMI also has the same program. You learn A levels and then you do the German language, and then you fly to Germany. So when I look back to what I have undergone, the experience that I've gained for the past for the 8 years staying in Germany, I would say that there's not a single second, not a second that I would say, okay, I regret being, choose to go to Germany. I think that there's a lot of potential that the student can gain actually from Germany. I never. I mean, I went to UK. I went to a few European countries. But I must say that the way how the Germans do things are also different. Right now, I have a counterpart in business for someone from US, someone from UK. But when I compare with how the German has trained me, okay, so there's a quote in German. They always say that langsam aber sicher. So you do things slowly, but you do things correctly. So we don't rush, this kind of thing. For example, in education, so we always want to rush after SPM. We want to do this by 22. We afraid that by 27 we don't have a degree or a cert to show. But that is not the point. If you have a cert, but with that cert no one want to hire you, what's the point of having that cert? You just macam shot sendiri lah. So that's why the whole ecosystem in Germany, at the end of the day, they want you, or they would like to secure you a job placement, because with the job, when you work, you can contribute to the country, right? So that's why if you look from the statistic also, their unemployment rate is very 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 low. All right. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of other things that Germany has to offer, to develop you as a person, develop your soft skill, time management, your your presentation, and then your hard skill where you have to do your practical in the industry. Even for example, for mechanical engineering, before you're being allowed to enter any degree program for engineering, most of the university will require you to do a pre-internship, right? So this is the reason why they want you to actually gain your experience. Basically you masuk, tak ada lah you masuk kosong. Tak ada, I mean, yeah, physics, chemistry, or maths, you can count, you can write, this theory, but that theory, if you don't know how to apply it, is nothing. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I mean, to go to Germany, there's a few ways of doing it. It's either you do A levels in Malaysia, and then you continue straight away to Germany, first year degree, or you can join the foundation program for 10 months in Germany, and after that you can join the second year of university, because it's a partner university. So you can save time. I mean, you cannot cut short the things, like I say, the quote langsam aber sicher, but you can actually do things efficiently. So that is what the German always do. Okay, so although compared to A levels, it's a 20 or 22 months program, and then you go to Germany, and then suddenly we have a program, 10 months program. Okay, foundation, and then after that they go to the second year. So yes, this one we could see is a fast track program, but this fast track program is actually they will teach you the things or the knowledge that you need to know based on your levels. Because when I did the A levels, when I went to the first year university, uh, subjects like physics and maths is already covered in the A levels. So that's why I told you that I didn't go to the classes during my first year, because some of the subjects is already covered in the A levels, so I could understand. Just just to translate the terminology on practicing on how to write the paper and everything, to answer the exam paper. So that's all. But how the Germans do? Okay, for this level, after your SPM, you need to know this one. Alright, after that, you need to know this one. So that is how they could actually make the program more efficient, in the sense that, okay, these 10 months before you enter any German university, you need to acquire this knowledge. Okay, because the next one you will acquire in the university. So for A level, it's good. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about A level, but you learn the 22 months. But at the end, after that, you will go to the university, and the subjects that you have learned is already, the content is already in the A levels. Having said that, although but you still have to go, because it's a university system, first semester, second semester, so you cannot skip. So that is the reason why I another way of doing, of going to Germany, using this foundation program, the 10 months program. So because the education in Germany is free, and it's a top quality, and Germany, they some of the parents, sometimes they came to me and asked me, okay, what are the best university in Germany? So in Germany, there's no actually official ranking from the government. So they don't have like my quest here in Malaysia, because for them all university are equally good. Okay, so if a graduate from University A compared to University B, if they graduate, meaning that they are equally good. Alright, no, not saying okay, from Oxford is better compared to this one. So if you go to Oxford, you can get your job chances, or are higher compared to those from university, non Harvard University, or non Cambridge University. So they, for them, because education is not a commodity to be traded. So education is free, like I say. So for them, is one students want to join University A or University B or University C, it's up to them. Okay, but because there's no ranking, but sometimes the industry, they did some unofficial ranking, saying that, okay, University A, for that particular course, they are very good. So it's not like Malaysia yang ada, okay, course, I don't know how it works, but this is, correct me if I'm wrong. So macam my quest, dia ada, okay, 5-star rating, but it's just a general rating. But in Germany, how they do the rating is that based on the course and university. So it could be that one university particularly good in one course, mechanical engineering. For example, my university, mechanical engineering, always being ranked like top 3 in Germany. Alright, but for mechanical engineering, and for our business school, it's always ranked number 1 in Germany. Alright, and these are the two courses are famous at our university. Other courses, not to say that they are not good, they are all equally good, but it's just like the acceptance from industry and everything is different. So to answer the question, some of the parents that we had so far, whether whether I can go to the best university, it's very hard to say which university is the best. But what course you want to do? Okay, so at the end of the day, if you go A, B, C, D, the education is free. So although you extend 1 semester or 2 semester, I extended 1 semester to be frank. Nothing will cost you compared to other countries where as long as you're still a student, you have to pay. Okay, so they also don't really look at your attendance and everything. They train you actually indirectly to be independent or to be a survivor in a alien country. So so I think most of the alumni or every alumni, kalau campak dekat mana-mana aja, dia orang boleh survive. So that is actually, I mean, the first part of this session, or this series of sharing session, that I could share with you guys on what I have gained so far from my experience, studied, and also work in Germany. So I think it's time for me to do the Q&A session. I got to know from Madam Suzila Hanawati. Sorry, your name is quite long, so I got to know there's a university use English for the course. How do I know that it is? Yes, now some of the public universities in Germany, they are offering degree courses in English. In fact, our foundation program with the university also have a offer English track. So, but the problem with English track is, to be frank with you guys, study in Germany is not easy, right? I mean, at least during my time. So, or maybe some of my friends, my students can can correct me if they think now studying in Germany is easy. Not sure, but during my time, studying in Germany is hard, and of course with the limitation of internet and everything, and because of that, it's easy to fail actually. Now the next question come, if you fail one paper twice, for example, I mean, I give me an example. I do engineering, mechanical engineering, and then third semester I fail one paper, and then I repeat it in the fourth semester, and then I fail again. So the second fail, I can appeal to the university to get the Härte Antrag. This would be the last chance. So normally this Härte Antrag will be given to foreign students, because normally we will use language barrier as a reason why we could not pass the exam. So if you fail that one also, if you're lucky to get the Härte Antrag, if you fail that one also, you practically will be expelled from the university. That is one. It's still okay, alright? But the second punishment is, you cannot do the same course. For example, I'm doing mechanical engineering, so I cannot study mechanical engineering in the same state. Alright? So if I want to continue mechanical engineering, I have to move out from the state, because in Germany there are 16 states. So I have to study in different state if I want to pursue my mechanical engineering. So the next issue would be, how many university offer the same course in English? So sometimes students, will be caught in surprise where they cannot find a university that offer English program for their course, bachelor degree program. I mean, mechanical or chemical or automotive. So they have to change, because they don't have the German language requirement. So they have to change to other course. I mean, still do it in English. So that's why we always encourage our student to do in full German track. So at the end of the day, you will have a higher degree of flexibility before, I mean, if anything happened to you during your study. And of course, if you do it in German, your job placement would be more secure compared to if you do it in English. Hope that answer your question, Madam Suzila. What are the costs to obtain degree in Germany? Mr. Nazmi Hamdi. Following A levels or the foundation program? Alright, so we did the calculation with A levels pathway and our foundation pathway. The total cost that you have to prepare for our program from the day one you join the language for the language preparation course until you complete your degree will cost you around 310,000. That one is inclusive of everything. Everything meaning that your living expenses, your accommodation, your insurance, your ticket, everything. As for A levels, I did some calculation. When I did some calculation, it will cost you around that figure as well. But with the foundation program, you can actually save at least 1.5 year compared to doing your A levels, because like I mentioned to you, the beauty of this program, because if you go with A levels, you have to do the pre-internship first before you fly to Germany. So, but during the foundation program, the 10 months program, the pre-internship will be done in Germany. Okay, that's the difference between, you know, the advantage of taking this foundation program. So hope that answer your question, Mr. Nazmi. Alright, is there any other question? Alright, is there any other questions? Yes, Puan Aniko Rushda. Oh, sedap nama, Aniko Rushda. We should take this opportunity, real Ausbildung practicing. Yes, I mean, Malaysia is moving towards that. To be frank, some of my colleagues or my business partner told me that now MQA allowed the WBL for diploma students or degree students. So for example, for diploma, you will do 1 year degree, 1 year diploma, learn the theoretical part, and then the second and third year you will be in the industry. It's some sort, I mean, it's similar to what the German has to offer for the Ausbildung. And we tied up with one college in Kota Kinabalu. That one is for the hospitality, tourism, and everything. Who offer the WBL, work-based learning, where the first year they will be attached with Kiara College, and then the second and third year they will continue with doing the Ausbildung. So at the end of the day, they will get 2 certificates. One is Ausbildung certificate to continue their study in Germany, as well as the local certificate, the diploma, which will allow them to further their study in Malaysia. So it's an advantage. So for those who are looking for, you know, hotel management, what else, culinary, those sort of courses, they could actually contact Kiara College for more information. So we are offering that course. In fact, Kiara College is doing offering German language as part of their syllabus. So because Ausbildung is the main target for the Ausbildung is for those who has limited source of money or financial, uh, they still can go, because those days when we talk about, study abroad, you need to have at least six figures in your bank. Only then you can go to foreign country to study. But during for the Ausbildung program, if you have, let's say, 30-40,000, you can already go to Germany. And and the because of the allowance that you will getting during your 3 years program, so it's a sustainable program for those who has a limited source of fund. Uh, without Yes, Madam Suzila, without any German language, is it advisable to pursue the um I mean, theoretically, yes. Without any German language proficiency, you can pursue the 10 months foundation in Germany. But that will only focus on the academic part. I mean, during the foundation program. What about if he wants to go, buy things for himself, buy grocery, go to restaurant to order food and everything? So that would be difficult. So we had students who wants to do the full English program, but still he needs to do the beginner levels. That is advisable. So at least they can survive, for their daily life in Germany. Alright. Any other question that you guys want to know? Anyway, if I wanted to pursue degree, pathway matching can follow side level. Okay, Mr. Shamil, I already answered it. Mr. Prakash, for the COVID-19, everything goes as usual. Our intake runs as usual, because for our Ausbildung program, the vocational program, we have asked our partner. They said the business goes as usual, so that's why we're still recruiting students. No issue about that. And because of our MCO, we are doing our online classes. For those who are asking for the foundation program, the intake in October goes as planned. So there will be no, at the moment there will be no hiccup for the intake in Germany. The general information about Germany, how Germany is handling the COVID, is incredible. Yes, they have a number of infected people or patient, but at the end of the day, if you look at the mortality rate, is very, very, very low. So the reason why their numbers are high, because they do a mass screening. So, and they don't have lockdown. So from the day one, since there's a restriction for your movement and everything. Like I would say, like our PKPB, but the business goes as usual. People goes to work, and restaurants open as usual. But the difference between the Germans and here, they really follow the rules or regulations set by the government. So if let's say social distancing, no handshake. If in a restaurant, they need to to put a distance between tables at 2 meters, every restaurant will do that. So they really follow that, and this to show how disciplined they are. So that's why I think they do they handle the issue of COVID differently, but the results, I would say, about the same as what we have currently in Malaysia. Thank you, Afiq, for answering the question. Again, Madam Suzila Hanawati, Afiq is one of our students who are currently doing the 10 months program, foundation program in Germany. Any other question? I think that will be it, because it's already, I was supposed to talk about half an hour, and then Q&A about 15 minutes. So I think it's maybe if there's no question, I will end my session now. uh, we will do the same, or the second part of the presentation about the programs that we have to offer next weekend, I believe. So please stay tuned to us. And does Germany have good medical coverage? Okay, I can still answer this one. Yes, Aliza, the German medical coverage or plan, I think one of the best in the world. If not the best, but one of the best in the world. So basically, you will have, of course, as a not only as a foreign students, but everyone in Germany, they have to get the physician room, which is the insurance. So this insurance will cover, the hospitality. If you are being hospitalized, um, if you go to see the doctors and everything, you everything will be covered. So if you undergo surgery, nothing you have to pay. Everything is free as long as you pay the insurance. So I would say the insurance market in Germany is already matured, in the sense that they can cover everything. If let's say, like in Germany, if you take the first month insurance, you pay 100, and suddenly you've been diagnosed with some, serious illness, and you need to undergo a surgery. So the second month you can, undergo the surgery, or they can perform the surgery without any cost to you. So there's no like a grace period for you and everything. So they are good at that. And the Germans, there's a say in the German community where say the Germans, they like to buy all sort of insurance. Anything that insurance company will sell, they will buy. So they are, pretty cover up in the sense of, their daily life. Hope that answer your question, Miss Aliza. So is it on private insurance basis? Yes, as a students, you need to take the Pflicht Versicherung, which is compulsory. And of course, there's those who are doing, self-employed. They have to take the optional, I would say optional insurance. So it's up to them whether they want to take the insurance or not. But as a student, yes, you have to take. And if you work for a German company, the company will cover it for you. So no issue on that. Alright, yes, Samantha. Alright, any other question that I should ask before we end this session? Let me check with my team. Maybe we can wait for 1 or 2 minutes for a new question if there are none. So maybe I can stop now. Alright, for other question, if I miss the question, I believe one of our consultant will get in touch with you. And of course, if you have any the next live, I believe will be next Sunday as well. So in a 1 week time, Puan Aniko Rushda. Just to share with you guys, the Puan Aniko Rushda is the owner of the college in Kota Kinabalu, College Kiara, where we partner up with them to prepare student for the Ausbildung program. So kalau siapa-siapa yang nak masuk yang WBL tu, for hospitality, hotel management, for culinary, Yang fund tak berapa nak ada tu, insyaAllah boleh contact Kiara College, and Kiara College can explain further about that. uh, yes, boleh contact Puan Niko Bittershun, Puan Zuzila Hanawati. So guys, thank you so much for your time. It's almost more than 1 hour already. So if you have any questions, please get in touch with our partner. With our consultant. They will give you a further explanation about it, or if you want to know about the programs that we have to offer in Germany, please stay tuned to our next session, which will be next Sunday. We will announce the timing soon. Right? Thank you very much again. Vielen Dank. Hat mich gefreut. Wir sehen uns wieder nächste Woche Sonntag. Ja? We see till next week Sunday. So it's a bit difficult to translate. So see you guys next Sunday. If you have any question, please kumpul-kumpul lah soalan-soalan tu kalau nak tahu lebih lanjut. And for those who wants to go for freshman ke, for the foundation program or for Ausbildung program, our next intake is June. 1st of June. So since MCO has been extended, we will do the online classes starting from the 1st of June. And if let's say after 9th of June everything goes back to normal, so we will resume our physical class, and those who wants to continue with online classes, we will offer that as well. So insyaAllah we see each other again next week. Kalau ada soalan tu kumpul-kumpul lah. Nanti kalau konsultan tak boleh jawab, insyaAllah saya cuba yang terbaik untuk jawab soalan-soalan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan semua. So selamat malam. Bis nächste Woche. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.